But I want to get back to my favorite topic and yours, Andrew Cuomo. And we have North Country's finest, one of the most impressive, really impressive House of Representative members in the entire United States of America, let alone New York State. She's someone who has been a champion of getting Republican women elected. She's been a champion of the Donald Trump impeachment defense team, and she's been a champion in taking on Governor Andrew Cuomo. Congresswoman Stefanik, good morning to you.
Good morning, Joe. I'm excited to be with you this morning.
Thank you. You know, before we go into Cuomo, how do you handicap the second impeachment defense team? How do you think they did? And what's your overall take on the fallout from the impeachment trial and the subsequent acquittal?
I think the president's defense team and his attorneys did a tremendous job making the case that he should be acquitted. And obviously they won the case, not only in the Senate, but I think in the court of the opinions of the American people. What is really stunning to me is the hypocrisy of the Democrats, particularly those that were the impeachment managers. These were individuals that tampered with the evidence they presented. They selectively edited audio transcripts, taking out the president's own words of peacefully and patriotically. And what I think is most important, Joe, is the American people want Congress to get to work and to deliver results that are going to have an impact on our lives and that are going to help us overcome this COVID pandemic. This was a partisan distraction, and I think it's going to really come back for all of these Democrats who played politics over people in this country. I don't think it was effective politically, and I was glad to see the president was acquitted, and I think we're going to hear a lot more from the president and his movement in the coming months and years ahead.
Oh, I agree with you. I don't think he's going away. I don't think he's going to ride off into the the golf courses out west or anything like that. I think he's going to come back and play hard in Republican politics nationwide. You have a neighbor, another House of Representative member, Antonio Delgado. He came out. He was one of the first Democrats to sort of break the seal and come out and say that Andrew Cuomo's secretary acted beyond the pale in covering this up. Do you think he is sort of the first of many, or will he be the outlier in criticizing Andrew Cuomo?
Well, he should be the first of many, and I'm pleased that at the state level, both Democrat and Republican state senators and Democrat and Republican state assemblymen and women are moving their position finally, which they should have had months ago, in support of an independent investigation, wanting to issue subpoenas, and taking back that executive authority that they gave the governor over the course of the COVID pandemic. Now, when it comes to Congressman Delgado, it is very late to come out for that position. This is an issue that I've been fighting for since last spring, when the governor made the fatal decision to not follow CMS and CDC guidance and required nursing homes to take positive COVID patients, which was against the federal recommendation. So I was glad. It's better late than never, I guess. But other Democrats need to show political courage. This is not about politics. This is about thousands and thousands of families who lost loved ones. And it's no longer just a nursing home scandal. This is a massive corruption and criminal cover-up scandal at the highest levels of New York State government.
Now, do you think that there's an opportunity for the federal government to intervene beyond what they're doing? I mean, do we even know whether the Cuomo administration has complied with the DOJ requests from August and I think October when they upped the request? Has there been any cooperation with them on vis-a-vis the DOJ?
We do not know the answer to that question, and I think the partial transcript that was released, where the secretary to the governor frankly said there was obstruction of justice, that they withheld information from the DOJ, waiting for, frankly, the administration to change over from President Trump to President Biden. That question needs to be answered immediately. What was provided to the Department of Justice and when? And that needs to be provided to every New Yorker. Going forward, there absolutely needs to be an independent investigation by the DOJ, not just an inquiry, but that partial transcript alone justifies an independent investigation. The Republicans in the New York congressional delegation have been pushing for this investigation, and President Biden needs to make good on his promise that he will have an independent DOJ that doesn't get swayed by political desperate pressure that I'm sure Governor Cuomo and his team are pushing on them right now.
So I saw what you tweeted. You had said that this call between Melissa DeRosa and the state legislators was over 2 hours long, and the transcript released was very short. I mean, what do we think they could have been possibly talking about outside of the 2 pages or so they actually released?
Well, every New Yorker should know that answer, and particularly every family who has lost loved ones and has been really pleading with the Cuomo administration for empathy, for answers, for accountability. Those are the families that deserve to read the transcript of the 2-hour call. I was really stunned that they released the partial transcript, Joe, because it does show criminal obstruction of justice. And I think that was a real stunning moment, and it's why you see so many Democrats finally joining Republicans and calling for this independent investigation. What also struck me in the transcript was they didn't apologize for the nursing home deaths. They didn't apologize to the families. They apologized because of politics. And one of the partial statements was the secretary to the governor apologizing to a Democrat state senator for the political fallout that caused her that was difficult in the November elections. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about families who deserve these answers. So, every member of the media, every elected official, every New Yorker needs to demand that full transcript be released. And that's just the start of this process. They need to release every communication internally and externally related to their decision-making process of the nursing home policies. They need to answer the FOIL requests, which New York, they always stonewall in this administration. It's the least transparent ever in the history of the governor's administration in New York. So there's more questions than answers based upon last week.
It really is amazing to see some media actually not praise, but almost dismiss the governor as being good for releasing the transcript of what Melissa DeRosa said. And now when you find out that the transcript actually is 10 or 15 times longer than what they actually released, it just once again digs the hole deeper and makes New Yorkers imagine what Andrew Cuomo continues to stonewall, continues to stumble on. And if this was Donald Trump, we could only imagine how the media would have treated them. Congresswoman, we have to leave it there. Thank you, as always, for joining us. We are fans of you. We are fans of your career, and we hope bigger and better things are on the horizon. We are going